I just wanted to talk really briefly about the informal outline and the expectations for the informal outline. So the first thing is I would always have this document that I shared with you guys saved, bookmarked. These are exemplars. So that means I'm showing you effective and ineffective ways to do each piece as we go through it, right? Because we're not supposed to write the whole essay all at once. We want to do it piece by piece. So at this point, you've already done your thesis, I hope. So for instance, here's an example of an effective thesis versus an ineffective thesis. Notice that the thesis is only one sentence, but it summarizes every single thing that you're going to be talking about in the essay. So that's why it is the most important sentence in your essay. So my example here is about why phones don't belong in school. So my thesis is, while smartphones can provide valuable educational tools, the negative impact on focus, academic performance, and social interacting makes banning phones in high schools necessary for a healthier learning environment. Forgive my little friend here. He's new. He hasn't quite learned how to behave in front of a camera yet. An ineffective example of a thesis would be phones shouldn't be allowed in high school because they are distracting. So that is true, right? But we're going to be talking about way more than that in our essay. Please don't chew on the microphone. So when it comes to an outline, let me show you right here. This right here is a good example of an outline. I am just briefly stating what I'm going to talk about in each paragraph. It doesn't have to be, with research yet. You don't have to have super specific details yet. But the more you can think of right now, the easier your life is going to be whenever you get to writing to the actual essay itself. So that's my effective example, and then my ineffective example is right here. So I'm going to show you, some students have actually been turning these in, and I want to show you some good examples here of actual student work, and I apologize if I'm not able to get the name off. But here I have a student talking about free college education, and that's her thesis right there. It should happen because it would provide same opportunities for all students without discrimination, promote a more educated workforce, and it would eliminate student debt. So her informal outline here, she's just going to briefly touch on what it is and why it's important. In body paragraph 1, she's going to talk about the benefits of equality and an educated reforce. In body paragraph 2, she's going to acknowledge the other side. She's going to say, I understand that some people might be hesitant about this because of X, Y, and Z, and address those concerns. Say, where's the funding going to be coming from? Body paragraph 3, she's going to validate her point and present evidence of countries where free education has been applied successfully. And I think that's so, so important right here. And then, of course, her conclusion. So that is one example. Let me find my other example. I cannot find it. So sorry. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea. Again, just keep using that template that I gave you. If you're like, I don't know where to go for any of this, you click on Brightspace. Mine's going to look a little bit different, right? Because I'm teaching 3 courses here. You would click on your course. Let me show you what it looks like as a student. Everything you need to know is going to be under course activities assignments. So when you go in there, and I promise my computer is not always this slow, there's the vocabulary diary template right here. And we are on informal outline. So you can see I have a video that will help you, a rubric of how I'm going to grade the informal outlines, and the essay template itself. So let me know if you have any questions.